A very good evening to you. It's Monday, the 1st of March 2010, and this is Prime TV News. I'm Sasank Adayas. Here are the stories making your headlines tonight. The President has emphasized that the dedication of the Mahasangha on behalf of the motherland were priceless. Candidates are issued with their preference numbers. Government decides not to increase the price of gas. Companies are given tax relief. The Attorney General tells the Supreme Court that there is no legal basis to accord security to former parliamentarians. And the news overseas, rescue operations have been stepped up after the deadly quake in Chile. Moving on to news in detail, we start off with news here at home. President Rajapaksa has reminisced the priceless dedications made by the Mahasangha in saving the motherland when it always faced a dangerous situation.
මිරට වදුරකට ලක් වෙන අවස්ථාවකදී ඒ ඉවෙන් දැනෙන පිරිස තමයි අපේ මහා සංඝරත්නය. හැම අවස්ථාවකදීම මහා සංඝරත්නය මේ රටේ ඉදිරිපත් වෙලා.
The President pointed out that the Jai Pirit was chanted not only at the Sugatadasa Stadium but at the Sri Mahabodhi and Sri Pada as well. He said that the Mahasangha was engaged in this religious event to shower blessings on the innocent people of this country. The government is ready to finalize the background for the protection of democracy and the creation of a moral society. He stressed that hatred in politics should be eliminated. The program known as Matatatitha was launched to create a moral society. He expressed his gratitude to the Mahasangha for coming forward to save the country. A blessings puja and a gathering organized by the Mahasangha of the Ratnapura district on behalf of President Rajapaksa was held at the Rajamaha Vihara in Palmadula last afternoon. In his address, the President pointed out that it was of no use developing the country if spiritual development was not experienced. The President pledged his continued dedication to molding a society with moral ethics. The President declared open the Mandire of the Vihara and also planted a Na sapling at the Vihara premises. The President also handed over assistance to the Venerable Bengamuya Sri Ratanapala Dhammadina Thera, the chief incumbent of the Palmadula Vihara. Chief Sanghanayaka of the Malwatha chapter of the Sabaragamu province, the Venerable Vehalle Dhammapala Thera, were among the large gathering of the clergy and laity present on this occasion. Preference numbers for the candidates of the forthcoming general election will be issued from today. The Election Secretariat said the allocation of preferential numbers for more than 6 districts has been completed. Preferential number lists which have been completed will be distributed from today. Numbers of political party candidates are being handed over to the general secretaries. Numbers of independent candidates will be handed over to the respective group leaders. Candidates of 24 political parties and 310 independent groups are contesting at the forthcoming general election. Nama Rajapaksa is geared to find immediate solutions to problems of the aged and veteran artists of the South. A special meeting of the artists was organized at the Carlton Auditorium in Thangala. It was presided by Freedom Alliance candidate of the Hambantota district, Nama Rajapaksa. Nama Rajapaksa said that after the elections he will get down the heads of the armed forces and the police and extend an opportunity for the artists to display their skills. Thereafter the talented will be able to get involved in these activities within the forces and the police. A notable feature was the participation of more than 200 veteran and aged artists who were engaged in arts activities in Girua Patua. They presented the many problems they confront to Mr. Rajapaksa. He gave them an assurance to sort out their problems immediately. Moving on, government turns down a request made by gas companies to increase the price. permission was sought to increase the price of a cylinder of shale gas by 224 rupees following the price hike in the world market. LAFGAS had also requested to increase the price by 198 rupees. However, Minister Bandula Gunawardena said the government decided to grant tax relief to the companies and keep the prices unchanged. The minister told a media briefing today that taking into consideration the forthcoming new year and the continuous granting of relief to the public after ending the war, the President, as Finance Minister, decided maintaining price stability by withdrawing all taxes imposed on gas companies. Accordingly, it was decided to issue the Gazette notification in this respect today. With the waiving of all taxes, the Finance Ministry decided to maintain the prices unchanged for the next 2 months. Accordingly, the price of shale gas will remain at 1,550 rupees for the months of April and May. Shale gas sought a hike of 295 rupees in 2009 and also a 280 rupee rise at the end of November. The increase sought for March and April was 224 rupees. However, the government did not permit an increase but succeeded in maintaining price stability. The minister pointed out at the news briefing that it is also the same with LAFGAS. You're watching Prime TV News and still at home. The Attorney General has informed the Supreme Court that there is no legal basis to restore security withdrawn from former parliamentarians. 17 former parliamentarians petitioned the Supreme Court accusing the government of withdrawing their security after the dissolution of Parliament. The State Council said that parliamentarians did not enjoy privileges of security after the legislature was dissolved. However, she intimated to court that the RJP was looking into the provision of security to party secretaries and the leaders. Also, the court directed the Attorney General to explore the possibility of granting some security to the former parliamentarians. The three-judge bench was headed by Nimal Gamini Amaratunga. China gives assistance to Sri Lanka in the task of removing landmines from the north. 50 security kits used for demining and 50 equipment for the identification of landmines were donated today. It is worth 50 million rupees. Sri Lanka considers the donation as a symbol of the relationship between the two countries. Acting Chinese Ambassador Yong Xinghua handed over the donation to Prime Minister Ratnasiri Wickramanayake. Army Commander Lieutenant General Jagat Jayasuriya was present.
And it is really a pleasure for me to do something good on behalf of my government and on behalf of my people. And it is all known, not the first time for the Chinese government to donate something useful for the people in Sri Lanka. The Chinese government decided to do something good. For China, we always want, let the fact speak itself. China and Sri Lanka are good friends and good partners.
The annual feast of St. Anthony's Church in the Katchatiu Island was celebrated on a grand scale after 30 years since the return of peace to the country. More than 4,000 Sri Lankan and Indian Catholics participated in the feast. All arrangements for the conduct of the feast were provided by the Sri Lankan Navy. Atula Sinra, the naval spokesman, said that Sri Lankan and Indian Catholic devotees participated in the feast. 114 trawlers came from India. There were about 3,000 devotees. They were handed over by Indian Coast Guards at the Indo-Lanka territorial waters to the Sri Lankan Navy and then brought to Katchatiu. About 1,000 Catholics from the north participated in this festival. They too reached the island by boats. Mr. Sinwad pointed out that in addition to security, the devotees were provided with water and sanitary facilities by the Navy. Up next is your currency update.